Hi, everyone. You are very welcome back to the Tracy Donegan podcast. In this episode, I wanted to share with you some feedback that I'd received from moms. These are women in Ireland who have recently given birth. And I asked them to share some of the positive comments that they received during their care from the midwives that were looking after them. I think, there's a lot of negativity at the moment around birth practices, not just in Ireland, but internationally as well. And midwives are really getting a hard time. So I wanted to, first of all, reassure anyone who is getting ready to give birth soon that there are absolutely brilliant midwives out there who are looking forward to meeting you and supporting your birth preferences and helping you have the safest and most positive birth experience possible. And also for the midwives out there who might be listening or watching, really just to, I guess, share some positivity with you as well, because I know you're having a difficult time. And this is not just in Ireland, it is there's like an international witch hunt really against midwives in the last couple of years, and it doesn't seem to be changing. But let's get started. So the first comment was, your body has got itself into labor before, it can do it again. Your body knows what to do. You are so strong. You can do this. You're doing an amazing job. We're all pro VBAC here and we all want it for you. We'll all work together to get this VBAC. There's no question of it. It's when. This baby will be delivered via VBAC. The midwives in Mullingar were outstanding, were truly with woman. And Mom goes on to say, words hold so much power, and I could vividly remember all of these and the moments they were said. They really spurred me on and gave me a literal and figurative push when I needed it. This next comment then was on antenatal care. After I'd met the AP midwife, the advanced practitioner midwife, and given her a summary of everything that had happened in my first pregnancy and so far in the second, I can't remember her exact words, but she said something like, I understand exactly why you're cynical, and I'm going to do my very best to make sure you get the support you need from now on. It was so reassuring, and she was so helpful during pregnancy. I still remember how delighted she was when she came down to the postnatal ward to visit us. This next mom says, oh, asking to see my birth preferences in labour without me asking her to read them. I'd forgotten about them up until then. Next mom. This was actually for my first birth, so not a VBAC. When I was struggling with contractions and not sure if I wanted an epidural, my midwife reassured me that this was my birth and my decision, and that whatever I decided was the right one for me. On my third birth, when planning for a VBAC, I ended up thinking my waters broke at home and there was no sign of labour, so I went in for an assessment. I joked to the midwife that I guess my birth plan was out the window, and she said, it may be changing, but let's focus on what's important to me and we'll keep as much as possible. I didn't need a cesarean that day, but did a few weeks later, and it was beautiful. We kept all the things I wanted about my birth. Both births were in Mayo General Hospital, and everyone I met there was wonderful. Next mom. On my third VBAC, when I really started to give up hope that my labour was not progressing at all, my amazing midwife kept saying, you just need time. And I'm in no rush, and I'm not going to rush you either. You just need more time. And she was right. I really was ready to give in, and everything just kicked off, and suddenly baby was out within the hour. No tears or stitches needed. During the pushing stage, my other midwife kept saying to just listen to my body, that she didn't need to intervene or time my pushing or coach me or anything, but to just follow what my body was telling me to do. I was so lucky to have both of these ladies by my side for my third and final VBAC. Next comment. I was induced on my third for low fetal movement and severe SPD and stress due to one of my other children having open heart surgery a month before she was born. When I was induced, I met the most vile consultant in CUMH. A woman who basically told me I'd chosen induction out of convenience and put my baby at risk because I'd no options now, and she would entertain the drip. I started bawling, crying, and 3 midwives came running. One of them gave me the biggest pep talk of my life and told me something like this: "Look at me. Forget everything she just said. We have you. She doesn't know your story and she doesn't want to hear your story. You're fine. You're safe. We have you. Tomorrow morning, she'll be at home in her bed and there will be another consultant here and they'll give you options. Rest, get some sleep. We have this." I think of her every day, and she was so right. The most gorgeous consultant came on shift the next morning, sat on my bed and listed out every option and told me these were all my options and that she wouldn't recommend some but would be happy to support whatever decision I made. And the last comment, which really says it all: I'm here to support whatever you need as it arises. You lead. Hope you found that helpful. More to come.